They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Not Well. I'm Bobby.
And I'm Jim.
We're recording. Everything's here. Hopefully it's not blurry, and it doesn't look like it is. We're sexy. We're ready to go.
We're sucking it in for you.
We're sucking dicks and sucking it in.
Well, apparently tonight we may have the opportunity.
Oh, why? I'm sure you already have something set up, too. You're like, oh, yeah, I was talking to him for 6 weeks, and he said he's going to come here and fuck me. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, my God, that did happen. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was weird.
He's weird.
I forgot.
No offense, but he cried.
Oh, my God.
You're like, oh, yeah. And then he's like,
that was.
and then I'm like in the bathroom all of a sudden, and there's a penis in front of me, and I'm like,
and outside.
Yeah, I know.
On the side alley. I'm telling our secrets.
Our little secrets are out when we're out together.
I totally forgot about that.
He becomes a hoe and I watch.
I was like, Bobby, come over here, Bobby.
I'm like, what?
You're like, what?
Let me tug on it.
Look at it. I was like, grab it.
Why do you try to influence me?
I just want to direct you.
You don't need to, baby.
You're gonna grab the cock regardless.
No, I play a game now, and honestly, it's called Seduction, bitch.
How's that going?
It's not going well.
Yeah, I'm like,
you got to learn, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be
Seduction, bitch.
I want to be the string, not the cat.
Whoa, girl, fuck.
I want to be the laser light on the wall, not the kitty cat.
Speaking of cats, I want to go over something really quickly, and it's a video I found online, and I just want to say, just because your parents are famous, and I put those in quotes because it's. Listen how bad this is, okay? Like,
What?
we're offbeat.
Yeah. The band has to slow down for her.
No clue what she's doing. She's just like her mother. That is Northwest.
What is that?
Northwest.
What's Northwest? That's
Kanye West and
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I was like,
this little
worried.
girl
I'm
is
like, this
making
is so
her-
bad. I thought this was a Make-A-Wish. Like they brought the cancer patient up on the stage and they were like, just move along to the beat and you'll like it. We'll sing for you and dance for you because you're gonna die in a month. That's Northwest.
and it says her final bout. I don't know. I hope it's not.
Is it cancer? What do
It's
you
a
mean
Make-A-Wish.
final bout?
Oh,
Bout of chemo?
no, this is her bow.
Oh,
I think she's actually on Broadway.
God, that's so embarrassing.
It is. She is on Broadway. So this bitch, this
That's
little
so-
girl,
it's so sad.
Little girl,
Think how fucked up you're going to be growing up when you think
you're good at
when your
acting.
parents paid for you to get on Broadway so you could just be like, I was on Broadway. God.
And you're also- and also
she's gonna be a
imagine-
terrible person.
Yeah, and just imagine that your step grandpa is your grandma.
Step grandpa is now a grandma. Wait. Step?
Yeah, that's not even their real dad.
Oh, it's a
We're talking
step
Caitlyn,
grandpa.
girl. We're talking Caitlyn.
I was like, Bruce. I literally got confused.
Bruce Wayne.
You said grandpa or something.
right, because they still call Caitlyn their father and dad.
Oh, they do?
But they say she.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I love how she's.
That's very-
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna. I don't give a fuck
We're
about her
not going to
pronouns
defend
anymore.
her. Yeah, I think
fuck
we need
you.
to stop.
Listen,
defending.
Bruce.
Listen, Brucey.
Yeah, so that was Northwest's debut on Broadway, and I'm like, I'm thinking, God, think of the privilege when your
I
parents.
know.
First of all,
Can
your mom.
pay for you.
Your mom fucked her way into celebrity situation because your father was a lawyer for a murderer, which is also your younger sister's daddy, but nobody wants to say it. Yeah,
Your younger sister's dad.
Chloe. You know how she's a little chubby and a little mixed
Yeah,
looking.
why is that?
It's because it's O.J. Simpson's fucking. It's a whole thing.
Wait.
Yeah.
So Kris Jenner is the mom.
Yep.
They're saying that Chris fucked multiple other people.
So Chris was with what's his name, the lawyer. Okay. And then the three little girls.
Oh yeah, the
Little
lawyer
girls.
for OJ. Yes, that's right.
Okay. He died of a heart attack or something.
Yeah, the real
probably all the
Kardashian.
cocaine. And so that's how they kind of got on the map as their name. And then here comes along. What was I even talking about? I mean, I don't even know where we're going with this. Oh, O.J. Simpson. So I think in the act of the proceedings, little OJ came up into
little OJ.
You know, little OJ, not the big OJ, the little one.
OJ.
Little OJ snuck in and snuck out. Up, snuck out. The glove didn't fit. So,
girl,
that glove. Listen,
I'm trying to think.
I
through
can make a
this,
glove
like,
not fit too.
anyone can.
Also, if I'm ever going to do a murder, I'm now going to get a glove that doesn't fit on purpose and use that as my glove.
No, that's a good idea. Oh,
Yeah.
so then you're just using two. You just have 3 in there, but
And then I'm like,
you take it off. It's like child.
Yeah, and I'm
glove.
like, how would I fit
would I wear
this?
that?
Like, why? It's a child murderer, obviously. So yeah, I mean, so now here you are, girlfriend. You're on stage in a Broadway show. You can't keep the beat. You can't sing. Your outfit looks like shit.
I thought you were a chemo patient.
It's bad. It
Like
reminded
it really,
us of
maybe
like
it make a wish.
it's a very make a wish moment, and you know, I guess maybe cancer patients and celebrities get a make a wish. It seems like if you have money or you're sick and dying, you get a wish.
have to really, or if you lie about it,
Ooh,
you
now
can start
that's shady.
You could get a GoFundMe going.
You could, and that's probably
Support
having
Bobby through his cancer journey.
no
Cancer of the face.
research.
Clearly.
Research. I like doing research.
Of
Cancer.
oh god, you really do.
I do. Google. You should try it out.
You just had an uh-oh moment. You had
I
a
did.
vulnerable moment.
I'm actually really scared.
What
of
are you worried about now?
Dying. It's part of the aging process.
Matt was bringing up how he thinks his dad is probably worried about cancer because all of Matt's uncles and aunts died of cancer. They all have it. His cousins have it. You know, it's like a cancer family. Really, Matt's family is a cancer.
There's either a heart family or a cancer family. I'm both.
I think they're all
one.
connected by it.
I'm actually neither. I'm more liver problems.
In your family.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Well, looking at your
Papa don't preach. I'm in trouble. So
okay, so you're a little worried about that, and you're a little worried about death.
I have a little bit of anxiety. I'm ready for the summer to keep continuing on, and I'm ready for PV, to be honest. And I'm just going to continue.
I keep forgetting about that.
I know.
I really did. Actually,
I do too.
Because earlier you're like, I can't wait for our trip. I didn't even think to ask.
No, we're
which
going
trip.
to New York first. I'm talking New York.
That's what I keep thinking about.
I'm sorry for saying New York is one of our key words these past 7 weeks.
Saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure saying.
Now,
I have some topics.
I love it. I am ready for you to go ahead and just. Oh, also, nobody called us about seduction. So thanks for everyone who called. Where's Thatcher? Thatch?
Are you throwing shade at Thatcher?
Yeah, I am.
Our one and only. Yeah, honestly, Thatcher.
It's been since February
Thatcher.
or March. We have one in there saved, but I'm not. You're not getting the glory of that.
You have one saved?
Yeah, because I haven't just played it because he sent like 4 in 1 week. And I was
yeah,
like,
no, save them. Okay.
Yeah.
I had this thought today. I was at a parade because it's Memorial Day.
Okay.
My thought was, fuck Memorial Day. I don't care if you're a veteran.
Okay. Now, this is a hard take. This is
I'm just going to say it. I really don't care. I'm so sick of it. Everyone's like, thank the veteran. Say, thank you for your service. And I'm just like, God.
Well, and when you look at it in today's version, it's like.
It's like, what did you do? Who did you kill? Who did you shoot that was innocent? How many bombs have we dropped? Where were they?
Well,
like, where did we send you to go commit war crimes? I'm just over the whole idea of being a veteran.
Well, my uncle is actually.
I don't think it's great.
Okay. Well, my uncle's a POW. He was shot down in the Gulf War. Just as a little newsflash.
I can't. He's a POW.
I have a POW uncle. And in first grade, we made him a little fucking. Do you remember the printer in first grade that it would print and you had the sides that ripped off and then it was
Yes,
all
you had to
connected?
rip the sides,
So we made
yeah.
a huge banner that said "Welcome Home," and my dad held it and was on the cover of some magazine.
I thought this was fake because I was like,
No, it's goddamn real.
My grandfather
This is
was
where
a
the gay
pilot.
thing already
my
started.
My uncle was a POW.
This is where Colin Powell, I met him, and this is where I had the horny army vet when I was. He's like, "Do you want to see?" And he put me on his shoulder, and I was hard.
You're rubbing your dick on his neck.
He was.
Some veteran,
I think that might be why I have a
veteran
thing.
is like, what? Is that a hard little boy dick?
He's like, oh, fuck this faggot, and I'm like, yeah. And where were my parents at that time?
Well, that's a great. Well, your dad was apparently
holding the sign.
Holding the sign.
He was holding the sign. Welcome home.
Welcome home, POW.
It was that's what you have to do. It was so fun, but it was also weird. It was at Andrews Air Force Base in D.C.
So you were gay.
Well, what is gay?
Let's look at the shirt.
I mean, honestly, I was
at that age. You were gay.
No, but that's the moment that I felt like tingle in my privates when I was around a man,
and you knew,
especially a man in uniform. I'm just saying. Some reason
thing is people are like, they're too young to know they're gay, and it's like, no. Trust me.
Trust me. When I look back at the time, no.
Why was I obsessed with my uncles?
Like,
because of their muscles and such.
And
Probably.
that's the only way you can know the body is through your uncles. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay.
Did I take this to a bad way?
Yeah, you did. You took it to I'm trying to recover for us right now, and we can't And I'm like,
Can't recover from that.
Nope, can't recover from uncle
It's
fucking.
incestuous. I didn't fuck them. I just thought they were
Stared
attractive.
at their penises.
No, I never really saw them.
I never saw either. I don't even think I've ever seen.
I wouldn't have complained.
I mean, I've been curious. I've been like, oh wow, that's a wiener. Like I
Were
always
you
wondered.
always wiener hunting?
I'm always a wiener hunter, honey.
Like, tell the truth though. Even as a kid.
Oh yeah.
You remember at the pool changing room?
Listen.
How many times did you sneak into the
So
pool
I'd always be
changing
the
room?
one to be like, let's shower.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Or like we can just change here.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just change. And I'm like, here's my cock, and it's like, yeah, it's really awkward
bad,
when you're
actually.
young.
You really were trying to see cock.
Yeah. Also, I just
At
had
a young age.
I had a core memory. I'm just gonna let it happen since we don't have that many topics. Well, since I don't have many topics.
Oh no.
I used to stare at this guy who was a year younger than me. This is in high school. I used to like this guy would make me so hot and horny. One person, and he wasn't even that cute, but he had really hot legs.
I have one of these.
Where I was like, he would come in and I'd be like, I mean, I never talked to the guy in my entire fucking life.
You
I don't think he
need
knew
to.
I existed.
I still remember exactly how this guy looked.
But I would eye him and be so horny at school that I have to go home and masturbate. I'm just telling you. So if you're out there, boy, I don't know what your name is even anymore.
It was his legs. Was it,
It was his legs. He
was
always
it the
wore shorts
light-colored,
too.
thick hair, but
Blonde.
light blonde. Yeah, when it's a blonde, hairy,
blonde,
leg.
really good leg definition.
I'm sorry.
I thought he was a.
It's like my thing with the arm hair, but it's the blonde arm hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of thick, but not too thick.
I also just had another core memory that's really psychotic.
Let it out. Oh no.
One time, so when I first started looking at porn on the internet,
I'll tell you my first porn too.
literally, no, this is psychotic. So it looked like one of my friend's brothers, and I was like, that looks like him. So what I proceeded to do was end up at her house being like, I want to look at the house because I wanted to see if I could recognize the computer room that the picture was showing.
No.
Yep.
You thought it.
Poor memory. And it wasn't, but
Of course it wasn't, but you're like, I want to look at the house.
I was like, wait. I was like, oh, well,
You're
where's
holding up printout porn pictures, looking around. Like,
I want to see your house. She's like, why? I'm like, she's like, don't you want to see my pussy? I'm like, no, I want to see your house. Like,
That's when she knew you were gay.
that's when she knew. I'm not fingering you,
She's
Meredith.
like, what do you want to do? Redecorate it?
Yeah, like, no, I really just
You're
want
a
to.
fucking faggot.
If I want to, I want to see where your.
I knew it.
I want to see where your mother
wanna see
jerks off. Your brother. So
Oh
yeah,
my God,
that's a core
actually,
memory.
Thinking about friends, hot older brothers. You get you're back from college.
Oh,
It's summertime.
you're a
so
little
they came back.
curious.
Oh my God, actually.
Guys are gross. Straight guys always want to touch dicks and assholes and asses, and that's the bottom line. So here we are, little closeted faggots, trying to
Yeah,
see
we're
if
just
my what's her- I'm gonna
Friend's
say
brother.
coworker.
My girlfriend's brother.
This girl that I knew's brother was masturbating and taking photos on the internet showing his face and his cock. And I remember that was a big dick, and I was like, there's no way.
You like ask her, you're like, so does your brother have a big
So
cock?
where's your brother?
Did you ever see your brother's pee-pee?
So
And what was it
anyway,
like?
Like, is that, I mean,
So
I guess this is the
anyway.
weird, creepy episode. It's like,
Well, my creepy thing about for
let's
this
tell
week
me.
is, you know how when you had to jerk off secretly,
oh God.
but not just that, but if you wanted to use the family computer,
Listen, I have a love-hate relationship with
I do
dial-up
too,
internet.
because the dial-up internet for me, what I realized was, first of all, videos ain't gonna load.
Listen, there was no such thing as
So,
YouTube or any videos.
Videos ain't gonna load.
It took 5 minutes for a picture. It'd be like,
yeah, it would come down.
First
So
of all, I
had
don't want to
like,
see it until it's there because then it's like you're like trying to stop it. Like,
So
oh my
then you
God.
had to set up multiple windows with multiple pictures up because
like 30 windows open to let them
because-
load.
because it just had to keep loading. But also like you got bored of one photo, but then you couldn't find a
You
video.
needed like a
So
a
you just
repertoire
see
first, and
multiple-
then but you also had to park
My
yourself
big
to where
thing
you could.
when videos started loading was, I think it's called frotteur or something like that.
Frotting?
Rubbing, like penis on penis, just rubbing to each other.
Is that like your thing?
I liked that in the beginning. That was my first porn.
So you like to watch two guys like, where they would hold him, or
Yep.
were they-
Or just like two.
what is the other thing? Docking. I was like, wait, no, that's a whole different.
I didn't
ballgame.
watch that.
That's
As
a
soon
whole.
as I saw
it makes
foreskin,
me.
I closed the window.
It makes me think of the
At that
International
age, no
Space
offense.
Station, but it's like
It's
they're
not a
connecting.
good- no,
it's like I'm like, is this the
not.
International
I don't
Space
even
Station?
think it's real.
It's real. They put that skin
People
over the.
don't dock, do they?
I think if you're uncut too, it's even better because then it's like if you're cut and you're uncut, you have to be uncut. One has to be uncut at least.
Oh, okay.
But then the uncut puts their skin over the cut. We're just bored.
I just got a tingle.
In your pussy.
No, an uh-oh tingle.
Oh.
Like something got stuck. What if it got stuck?
I know. Oh my,
And you're
like, oh my God, it's like the Chinese. I hated those, first of all.
It gives me anxiety. I can't.
Because I would panic. I get out of these.
I panicked all the time.
I was a full
Oh,
panicker.
you, honey? I knew you panicked.
Oh, I'm a panicker.
We're both panickers.
We're very much a panicker.
I'm like, I haven't eaten today. You're like, we're fine. And I'm
Listen,
like, I'm so hungry.
I do get to a point where I get sick when I haven't had anything to eat.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, but on the Ozempic, I'm full because I don't want to throw up tonight. That's what I'm trying to prepare.
You don't have to defend yourself.
I need us to talk about the topic that you were trying to bring up last week.
Okay.
I mean, let's just get into it because honestly, and this is a warning.
This is a trigger
We're
warning.
I'm just actually
We're gonna say it.
Yeah, we're gonna say what we want to say.
We're not trying to sound ableist.
We're not ableist at all. We're not, any of those things.
Kidding.
Who are we kidding? Let's go to the next slide.
Topic. Next slide. We're definitely not these things.
Now,
it's just the list.
This is very
neurovigergent
of us.
I know we are.
It's very
So
I can't say it. Can you say the word? Neurodivergent.
Neurodivergent.
I mean, just me even existing is very neurodivergent. Like,
This outfit
it's like
is
this.
neurodivergent.
If those shoulders don't match them hips, you're neurodivergent. And
Mike, yeah,
So
actually,
you had-
kind of. Okay, so I had a revelation.
Okay.
Where I had a moment where I was just like in a very calm state, we'll say. And I was talking with my friend Sabrine, as you know, Sabrine. And I don't know I need to ask her what we were talking about first. But then suddenly I was just like, I mean, what if I'm neurodivergent? Or what if I'm autistic is what I said.
And I don't think you mean it in a bad way, just in a questioning
I was
way.
like, wait, am I autistic? Because I have thought it before.
Me too.
There's
I love staring at fans.
What?
You never heard that?
What is that?
If your baby stares at fans, it's a sign of autism.
I cannot confirm or deny that.
If they carry one crayon around all day long, they're like, this is the crayon. It's like, oh.
There are things like that. So actually, though, and so I said that because I've thought about it mainly with how much I hate crowds. Like, I fucking hate it. So I wrote this down. This was a story. We went to a hockey game and I was probably 11 and I had a meltdown in the middle. I could not be there. It was so loud and the fireworks and the noise. And I was like, I started almost crying, or basically I was like, we got to get out. And we had to leave the fucking hockey game. My dad was like,
you're a fucking asshole.
No, you don't have to find trauma. You can be autistic without trauma. It's just rare because of how autistic people are treated.
Thinking maybe there was some time where you got lost and the noise when you don't even know. Maybe when you were 3 and there was a lot of people around, and so now you associate people with being lost from your family.
No, I just hate it. And noises, loud noises.
Okay, so
you know about loud noises.
I know it's interesting to me because no wonder.
I hate crowds. Remember, I went to the Crew game and I had to leave. Matt was like, "Where did you go?" And I was like, "I was gone. I was outside."
So I don't like sitting in tight spaces. I can't.
Yeah, I cannot do it.
Well, on the same vein, when I used to be so until I got on. I don't know what happened. It changed now, but I'm so scared of heights that I would look up at the hockey game and see the guys dropping parachutes as a promotion, and I would have a full fucking panic attack.
I believe this.
I can't sit in the upper deck. I will freak. So that feeling you said of like I gotta go. That's what it's fight or flight. It's flight, bitch.
I went outside of the stadium and went to this outdoor area.
And like in the open.
I was like, "Where were you?"
Getting some breaths of air.
Yeah, I was like, "I have to go out." Yeah, my mom knows too. She'll be like, "Oh, you have to go," or what? She said something.
I'm trying to think if there was a time that because you're fine at bars and the.
I know it's
is alcohol.
I think it is like if I'm out of my mind more.
If you're a little bit, it's just when you're too much in your head.
Like if I'm normal, if I'm at baseline with sober, we'll say sober.
Yeah, that's
then I'm more bothered
word.
by it.
Yeah.
Then I'm bothered by loud restaurants. I'm like, there's been times I've walked in with Matt and I'm like, we can't eat here. It's too loud.
Okay,
so
I'm actually kind of the same way.
Yeah, where I'm like, nope, this is not.
Like if it's too loud and I walk and I'm walking in, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm so scared.
Right,
that's why
right away you're like. Oh
no.
Okay. But here's what, and then Sabrine kind of was like, I've often thought you are. And I was
Listen,
like, bitch, often, you haven't said anything.
I love how nobody says anything.
She's like, but who cares? It doesn't matter. So why does it matter? I'm like, well, just to know.
Well, you just checked something off her list. She's like, I want a neurodivergent friend. So
Dead.
Dead.
She's like, so here's the other things that she said, because I had to like save some of that.
That's fine.
Okay. She said, one more thing you do. She was telling me things you do. She was like, you point out the wrongest thing about a person, like it's clear to everyone and okay to say it. Mm-hmm. And then you say it. And I'm like,
You fat fuck.
not that. No, not like that wrong in terms of bad acting. If this person is rude to other people in a certain way, I might point that out. I'm not, no, because I don't think being fat's bad. So I don't point it out.
It's only things that you think are bad.
Yeah, actually morally bad.
I got
or
you,
the worst thing about someone, the wrongest thing about them.
Okay.
Well, you know how to keep friends. Like if I say something like that, where it's like,
no, that is
because
that's when I used to call you not gaslighting, but that's what she's talking about. That's
Maybe
the
that's
move where you're like, oh yeah, you need to go take a nap. Yeah.
no, that's actually probably not this, but
Well, whatever.
But being but pointing out the
autistic.
obvious.
Like, how are you going to tell me what to do? You autism.
yeah, I know you're like,
That's your autism kicking in, honey.
yeah, no,
No. I would say one thing I would point out in you.
I have more.
Okay, I want to read them, and I'm gonna. If she doesn't say it, I'm gonna say it.
Okay. She said, "You're blunt. You're honest. You're easily overstimulated." She said, "I remember everything she tells me, and I really do."
Yeah.
And she said, "You remember most of everything else that happens around all the time."
Yeah.
She's like, you can remember what
Like little
the
details.
first dish was, what that person looked like that we saw, what we had at dinner 3 weeks ago. 2 years ago, I told you I didn't like sausage links. I like sausage patties, and like these little
I
things.
love how you did an example of vegetarian. Even though you're a vegetarian, you used meat as the example.
I remember them. I remember things like that. So then she also said,
Wow, her list is very extensive.
you say things about people like they're truths that everyone that's emotionally intelligent thinks and knows about that person, but doesn't dare say.
Okay.
I say things like they're truths.
Right.
Then she said this, and I was like, I say those things because in my head it's nothing. The person must be aware of this thing. She says, I know in the beginning I used to wonder, and then I knew you think everyone knows, but not everyone knows.
Yeah.
So I might point out a truth about someone that they even haven't come to the realization of yet.
I need an example. I need
Okay.
a full example. The listeners need an example.
You need to hang out with me and Sabrine, and you will get some.
No, but I hang out with you. I'm asking so I can like think of an example. Okay, so I chomp on my food. Is that something you would point out?
No.
Are you talking to somebody
It's
who
more
has
about
like,
how you act and how you
like
how you exist around people and how you are relationally with
so
other
I'm
people.
terrible at telling jokes.
If you were, though, I might.
If I was, you'd say,
I'd be like,
"Oh, you gonna tell us another joke?"
no, it wouldn't be like that. It would be like, that might get more laughs or something like.
Yep,
Just
it's
a
the
little,
backhanded,
but it's a truth about them.
But it's a truth. It's never
and
a
I'm
lie.
like, sorry, but no one ever laughs at you. But I wouldn't do that. That's,
no,
but that's
and
an example.
that's my like mini example.
And then I'm wondering, the whole time I grew up, I skipped a grade. I wondered if my mom thought the word special. I went to a Montessori school,
Right, yeah.
in the
Montessori.
beginning. So like, I think I went. I don't know why my mom put me in that school. First of all,
I say
because-
Montessori.
Why? Oh, is that? Well, it might be.
I don't know.
I think it's like
Montessori.
Montessori, because it's French. But I
full
think
autism. You're probably in Head Start.
I was that.
Oh, maybe that's the Georgia version.
Head Start.
Head Start. Head Start was for the kids that might need an
yeah.
extra year in preschool before kindergarten.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't need that.
No, if you're in Head Start,
You needed it. You were probably in it.
no. I never tried. I was a natural
And
smart.
how'd college go?
It doesn't matter. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm making papers. Look at me now.
Look at me now.
I'm a
But yeah.
gambler.
Yeah, you actually are making paper.
I'm making paper.
So yeah, basically, I took a quiz. Nani-ling.
You took a quiz.
There is a AQ quotient thing that's
Okay.
like an autism assessment. It's 50 questions.
Where can people go? What do you Google in
Here.
order to find this test?
I have it? You can.
Can we read some questions out from it?
Yeah, it's
And
not. It's nothing crazy.
crazy. Well, so she didn't mention the thing that I think makes you
Where is it?
autistic.
Okay.
So when you're alone, you can't be quiet. So you'll go into the bathroom and you'll start singing. You'll just talk. You'll just talk to yourself out loud.
Oh, I always sing, even at home if I'm alone.
I know, but when you're alone though, it's like all of a sudden you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then you're like, my little baby, and no, yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to
I
hear
think
noise.
it's a sensory. You have to be.
I want to hear singing.
You don't want too much noise, but you can't have silence. It's almost like you don't like extremes.
Yeah. I do silent. Yeah, I don't like total
I don't
silence
know.
for too long.
I have never heard you go to the bathroom without saying a goddamn word. Actually, I think you did it today.
Because
though.
I can't sing when you. Yeah.
No, but a lot of times you'll go in there and you'll be
With
like,
you around.
motherfucker, and you're like, I don't know
Yeah.
what you're, but you do. That would be my red flag for you. That's your autism
Red flag.
or your autism flag from me.
I'm letting my freak flag fly.
So do they ask questions like, do you like
Yes,
crowds?
here it is. These are definitely agree, slightly disagree, definitely disagree.
Okay.
I prefer to do things with others rather than on my own.
Definitely disagree.
Other people frequently tell me that what I've said is impolite, even though I think it is
Strongly
polite.
disagree.
People haven't told you that? You say things sometimes.
I
that
do
are
not.
rude.
I'm the fakest motherfucker.
When I would rather go to a library than a party.
Oh, that's fully disagree.
I find making up stories easy.
Making up stories that I'm doing something, or making up stories like creatively.
Lying, creating, making a story.
Agree.
Yeah, I was like, honey, I tend to have very strong interests, which I get upset about if I can't pursue.
Agree.
I'm like, bitch,
Fully agree.
this is so you.
The hard agree.
I can't do my fucking. It's like
I can't do anything.
I want to drone.
There's no time.
I enjoy social chit chat.
What does that even mean?
Just standing around and be like, yeah, the weather's
Disagree.
great and it's so fun. And but when I talk, it isn't always easy for others to get a word in edgewise.
Agree.
This is so us. I know how to tell if someone listening to me is getting bored.
Agree.
Yeah, we do. I find it easy to do more than one thing at once.
I mean,
You actually do multitask.
I do.
a
I'll say
lot.
agree. Not strongly, but I agree.
Your score was 22 out of a possible 50, so fewer no autistic traits. I got a 24. So
we're both borderline.
We're both borderline. But this test, and this is what I was reading more of because I asked my autistic friend, and they told me more about what the cons of this test. It may miss high maskers, which means people are really good at hiding that they're autistic.
Yeah.
Extroverted autistic people or imaginative autistic people. So this test might. So there's 5 other ones I think on here that I want to look into because
Yeah.
I think we are obviously high maskers. We're intelligent.
Oh yeah, you're a high masker for sure. I'm more creative. Kind
I'm
of
worried.
mask.
I'm like, so I'm on the border, and I'm like, I think I need just more tests.
So
of
what is it
this.
going to mean? So when you find out though, what is it going to mean?
That's what Sabrina was saying. It doesn't really
What does it
matter.
matter?
It just helps to know.
I think you just assume at this point. You're
Well,
pretty borderline.
And it might help when
Just
I'm like,
look at you.
it's too loud in here, or like I don't want this music, or I can have a better excuse to leave if I'm like, well, I'm autistic or I'm disabled.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I'm on the
Wait,
spectrum.
can I get on
I'm a capital
disability?
D disabled. Yes,
Oh,
honey.
Oh wait, can we get tested professionally and then like get it? Be like, I can't work anymore because it's too much for my.
I found it out for you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was the topic last week that it was just going to take too long to get into,
And I love it.
And here we are, only at 34 minutes.
I have a topic, so I'm gonna go into seduction. So make sure you help me.
you go into seduction.
What is your next one though? I want to be able to
this
segue.
can kind of blend into it.
Okay,
Okay,
So-
so
I wanted to talk about seduction, and we know your move.
oh yeah, I need drink.
Oh, I need drink.
I forgot.
Oh yeah, I need drink.
I didn't know what it was, so I was like, drink.
I'll take mine too.
This cunt. Here
I'm
I
not
am.
actually a fan.
I need drink.
This bitch need drink.
The problem is that I'm actually getting skinny enough to be limber enough to get up for things,
you really
and it's gonna
are.
suck.
You're not pounding. You
I'm
had
pound-
one.
Oh, fucking pound me. Now, Seduction. I just finished the book, the game. And it's this really dorky guy that goes into, there's things called PUA, pick up artists.
PUAs,
okay?
yes.
PUAs and AFAs or.
Pua.
So basically, it's a bunch of losers that go meet up together and they've learned the art of seduction. However, even though they're losers, they're still winning, if that makes sense. So let's get this over with.
Okay, yeah.
Because I want to,
forgot.
because really all I want to do is talk about your seduction techniques and my seduction techniques and
Yeah.
what and how they're working and not working. So basically, they went through this whole book though, and it's legit. They had a whole underground society of PUAs. They started this thing called Project Hollywood, where they all moved into Dean
What?
Martin's old mansion or something. Yeah, it's a thing. They just went out there and just
to slam puss.
to teach other dorky, rich, dumb men. They would pay $2,000 for a weekend, so they'd make $20,000 a weekend just hosting guys in this house. Yeah,
Oh,
It's so dumb.
Wait, that would pay the rent.
literally, they were
And
so
us.
rich. Right? They had limo.
I need drink. You're autistic.
It's the autism. We talked about it. Now it's here.
See?
So I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, so me and you definitely have different seduction styles.
Oh, yeah.
You're more of a chaser and I'm more chaste. I like to be coy. I like to be slick. I like to be quiet about it at first, whereas you will be like straight up. You do this move. Your famous move is this. You'll go, oh. And you just like kind of a creepy smile. You're peacocking for sure.
Peacocking.
And the guy will look at you and be like, what? And you'll be like, oh, nothing. Oh, sorry, nothing. I just really like that ring. Then it brings a conversation in. Then here's your other move. Then you do anchor. You'll anchor people. You're like, oh, I really like this. Your shoulders are really strong. And I do like this fabric. You anchor people. You don't know you're doing it, but you're doing it.
So I'm anchoring.
So that way, anytime you touch there, they're going to remember you complimenting them. And that's a thing.
Are you a pua?
I'm turning into one. I'm learning about seduction. I'm now
She's
reading
a pua.
The art of seduction.
Well, she needs to give me some more pua tips.
So we're gonna do some pua tips. So
Yeah, let's try it tonight.
So there's one. It's called the not string theory. That's a real thing though.
String theory is real.
Yeah, but it's not string theory. But basically, you got to think of a cat.
Okay.
And a cat, and this is on a male to female. So I've really tried to figure out the gay, and it's very hard for me to understand the gay part because we can also be either submissive or dominant, and we could be. And is it a top or a bottom that is supposed to be chaste or
the one doing that?
Right. So it's like, I don't know. There's rules with the subcultures and all this shit. I don't
There's
know.
just pretend rules.
Pretend rules.
String.
So you're like a cat. So you got to think of a cat. And if you ever noticed, which I don't have a cat, so I don't really notice, but I know I can get it. So if you dangle a string over a cat, they're going to fucking bat it until they get it, right? They're going to keep going after it.
Yeah.
But you put the fucking string on the ground and they're not going to do anything. They're just going to look at it and be like, okay. They don't want it anymore.
So I'm the string on the ground.
So you,
Great.
no. So for me, I want to be
catnip.
I want to be dangled.
Oh.
I want to be like. So there's different things you can do though. So tonight, if there's a hot guy, this is what we need to do. We're
gonna poo up.
We're gonna poo up. If there's a hot guy and they're in a group, we go up to the group and we do something kind of interesting and showy offy. Like,
I'll flip my hair.
So what they do, this guy does, he'll go up and be like, hey, I'm sorry. I have a question. I'm trying to fix something with my friend. Me and my friend are arguing about it. Would you be upset if your new partner still had pictures of their old partner in their room?
Oh.
And then the person answers and they're like, I mean, I guess, yeah. And so whatever the response is, these guys know how to flip it. So if they are like kind of negative about it, they'll be like, okay. And they dangle that string by turning that back. But the key to seduction is limiting
interaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the key to and this is not easy. So if you're a whore, it's easy. Do you know what I mean? If you're going whoring out, we're going to the bar. But if you're really trying to get
we
a
don't
catch,
have to do this. I'm like, we don't need to do this.
If you're trying to get the catch,
I'm trying to get someone to fuck.
Right.
So
if you're trying to go after if you're going after the catfish, but you really want the fucking whale,
I'm gonna be the catnip, honey, because I want this to happen.
I'm just saying,
I'm not gonna wait and with a string.
I'm just saying, like, if the chicken nuggets are easy to eat, we want a whole fucking chicken breast. You know what I mean?
Breaded, shake and bake.
Yeah, shake and baked.
Okay.
So a key thing to do though is to be like, hey, we can hang out. I don't like when you get there, you go, hey, I only have an hour or so, but yeah, we can hang out. You give a time constraint because then it causes them to think, oh my God, I only have a little bit of time.
Starting to feel manipulation.
It's fully manipulative,
which I don't like.
But some people are natural at this, and this is why they're called flirts, because they are naturally.
I'm a flirt.
You are,
but I don't mean to.
It's not. Yeah, and that's the autism.
Because I don't really hook up with them then. So it's not like I'm trying to bang them.
You're good at internet sleuthing.
All of them.
You're good at internet, like being like, oh, I can't wait to see you later tonight, and then it happens, and you're actually really outgoing though, so it's interesting.
Well, that's called speaking to the universe.
Peacocking.
Speaking to the universe.
You're speaking into existence. Saying,
I didn't even tell you a story. I have to tell you another story after this, or is this done?
I'm just trying to have a conversation about. So if it has anything to do with. Yeah. Like seduction. I think it's a very interesting topic because I think
how do we seduce people? Yes.
How do you seduce people and how do gay men seduce other gay men? Is it just looks? Because a lot of it is. Not gonna lie, in the gay community, we're all shady.
I think it's so varied.
But being uninteresting and being the guy that's trying to be way too cool, like I do a lot, also it isn't good. So you got to find a middle ground where you're giving enough of what you are and who you are. Like you walk in smiling. You don't ever.
What about I just realized I don't think Matt ever seduced me.
No, I wasn't seduced. I was drunk. So
I'm like, I think it's more about like us and how we're looking at that person is how I get seduced.
So,
I don't think it's what they're doing to me.
so you get seduced
no one's
by
ever
so your
seduced
own.
me.
Oh, this is
I've never been seduced.
seduced. I have.
I have not. Like I'm
Listen,
always the
if you're
one.
seducing me, I get horny like in public. I never do that.
You
like the
don't
guy in New
usually.
Orleans.
Oh, yeah,
Do you remember?
that was-
He was
wait.
seducing me.
Wait.
So the guy
Who?
remember the guy in New Orleans outside? He was like, "Do you want to watch football?" He was talking to me, and then he kind of like made himself unavailable.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember? He
Now I
was.
remember. Oh,
He's a
yeah,
flirt.
He was hot.
He's hot. He gave a
Fuck
time
him.
constraint.
I forgot about. We were supposed to meet
Because
him
he even
again.
said,
Yeah.
oh my god, was he a pua? Because
Yes,
I really
he
think
probably
he
was.
goes, because I remember he said, oh yeah, I'm about to leave. Like I got a big day tomorrow. And I'm like, no, don't leave. It automatically gives the constraint.
No. Yeah. You were like, extend
we
the
just
weekend.
met.
Yeah.
And then you leave. And then or you can be like,
And then you get thought of for the rest of your life. Someone's thinking about you.
well, and so then remember another guy was there and he started talking to him and I was like, I'm fucking done. But what he
You're
really
right.
wanted me to do was like sit there and beg for him, but I'm not doing that.
No,
But like
you've
another
you've
girl would do
matured.
that. Another girl would sit there and be like, he's mine. I
Single mom with a 2-year-old at home would do it.
Honey,
she's gonna go for
she's
it.
high on poppers and yeah. Wait, I want another baby.
Baby, come back. Fuck
I need
me
another
again.
baby daddy. So yeah, so seduction.
So I don't think I've ever been seduced. I think
That's interesting to me.
I think I create things. In my
You're
head.
the seducer,
Yeah, I'm
though.
the seducer.
You like to be the architect of the situation, not necessarily the full situation, but
Yeah.
you want to you kind of know how to set it up to then go into motion to then go into your favor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Like you're in the bathroom, you're like, oh, I like that cock. Okay. And the guy's gonna be like, okay, touch it. Okay, you touch it. And then you're like, oh, do you want to go over here? And then that's what you do. And then I'm with you going, I'll touch the dick too. Like, I mean, it's just so bizarre. Honestly, we got to.
You think I'm some dumb whore?
No, you're just good at what you do.
I don't think I'm even trying to do that. Though.
Correct. That's why you're good at what you do. Because you're
okay.
literally not even trying. This might
I'm
go
not
back
thinking
to
about it.
But this might go back to what Sabrine was saying, how you don't have the boundaries that
No.
normal people do.
Right.
Or you say the things that are obviously like, I want to suck your dick. Or
I do say that.
you do get very upfront and forward. And that's I mean, everybody's different. Where I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh, hey,
That might be how the dance floor fucking happened. I think I was
Clearly.
just like, oh, you want me to fuck you?
remember when? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and
And
honestly,
then I'm like, wait.
wait, am I doing this? Yeah. See, you kind of, I feel like you're the type that gets into the situation. Then you're like, oh shit, am I going to be in trouble? Or
Later.
where I'm like
You're
thinking about the
planning-
trouble
you're-
before.
You've been thinking about the trouble for
For
3 weeks.
yeah, since I got
and
there.
then it happens, and it's like, that was great.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like,
yep.
well, yeah.
So we definitely are different spectrums when it comes to our seduction skills. So tonight, maybe we should do like
We're
a
gonna
little.
pay attention
Should
to
we
them.
like film each other trying to seduce somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like want to push ourselves. It'd be kind of fun.
What's the worst that can happen? We annoy someone at AWOL? Like,
Been there, done that.
yeah, been there, done that. I've been annoyed every time I go.
But we gotta. I'm gonna read some. Yeah. See, and that's the other thing. So then
And that's where I'm
okay.
like,
But then this is the exact.
This is the perfect time to seduce.
So there's this guy I told you about in New York who came and sat by me and was like, "You're so hot." I mean, I could have fucked him right there. He could have sucked my dick right there.
You were trying to
I didn't
architect.
want it.
You were trying
I
to
didn't want it.
architect.
I don't want it. Do not come up to me
Yeah.
and say I want to suck your dick. The very first thing you're gonna say to me. Now later you can like whisper. You're like, God, I want to fucking. But like then it's hot.
I've been looking at you all night.
Yeah, I need to know that I've been able to court you around, because if you're too easy, number one,
No.
you're probably an easy cheese. But number two, I want you to fight for me. I don't want to be so easy that like, is that weird?
Yeah, it is weird. You think you're better than everyone else.
Well, and
Some people just want to fuck. It's like how we feel about circuit gays. I'm like, are these people really that
Yeah, but
bad, or are they just us
but I have
letting people fuck?
but I have standards too. Like I'm not just
I
gonna
know.
fuck anybody. Like I could easily fuck somebody nightly
But it's like, why do we have standards? What's that for?
because I don't want.
Our health.
Yeah, like I don't. What is a standard? Like why do
Yeah,
we?
why do
are
we have
humans?
standards? Like,
well,
For me,
society.
this person's
we're
below
embarrassed.
me, and it's like, what do you mean below? I mean, it's like, are they just a human, and you could have sex with them and it'd be great? Yeah, probably.
it's our.
Isn't it weird? I'm not saying you're wrong.
No,
to
no,
do
no.
This is not a. Don't get defensive.
No.
I'm really trying to figure out, why do we do that?
Right, because we do that. It's
we set standards.
What
like,
makes me think I'm better
well,
than
if
this
the
person?
guy is like this and has this hair, this teeth, or this face,
or this cock.
that type of nose, like I just
It is
don't
true.
do that.
Why
body,
are we
that
like
body
that?
shape? That's not my type. That's not for me.
I've learned that-
I have standards.
Honestly, I've learned that it's not a type that attracts me
No,
more.
it's not.
It's more of an attitude, and it's
Yes.
again, it's the guy
Oh,
in New
yeah.
Orleans is a perfect
Attitude
example
for me.
Like he kind of played hard to get, but he followed us outside, and I was nervous. And he's like, "Hey, yeah, you should come watch football with me." And I'm like, "What?" So he like sets it up, makes himself unavailable though at the moment, where I'm like kind of getting drunk, ready to like flirt right now. It's just an interesting theory. So
I like that.
I think we need to like
We're gonna
really
test
look
it
into
out.
it. Maybe we'll test it out. Maybe we'll get invited to an after party.
Oh, I hope.
I know. I'm like planning on staying up till 4 o'clock tonight, I think.
I gotta eat something, honey.
Fuck. I thought.
I know.
okay.
We're not all starving ourselves
Okay.
to look pretty.
Well, I am.
You are. And you should.
And I should, because I'm about to take over the world. I already told Michael that. I said, get ready.
I know.
The reality of it is, though, I'm going to prove a point when it comes to this podcast. I'm going to prove a point when it comes to anything creative, because I'm going to tell you, when you have a hot body behind it,
It's
a
true.
lot different. So what I'm going to do is start thirst trapping people to follow the show, and it's going to be a test. And then once we have all these followers, I'm going to go, you guys are all shallow as
Wait.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing it. Like this has been my plan not the whole time, but this is my neurodivergence coming out.
No, you could
I am
have an
payback
OnlyFans
is a
and then be
bitch.
like, everyone who follows me also needs to follow the pod
Yeah.
before you can see my photos.
Right.
And then it's like, okay.
Yeah. And then,
Oh, wait.
no, there's like a whole thing to this.
It's real. You're going to be a fupa.
I'm a fupa. A poo. I know everything said. I was like,
Pua. I
I'm
thought
like
it was
a fupa.
Pua.
Okay. Sundries.
I have a sundry.
Let's do it.
This is something that's plaguing the gay community, I think.
Fuck. HIV again.
No,
Oh.
it's
Monkeypox.
massages. So, speaking of seduction, I'm trying to figure out, when you're getting a massage, how do you know if you're getting a hand job as well? And I
think you
asked a
assume
friend
you're
at
not.
work this. I think, yeah, I thought it was assume you're not, but it's not assume you're not. There's little secrets you can give.
like a little.
No, not just that.
Oh.
But not using a sheet, saying you don't need a sheet. So you're going to lay there naked without a sheet.
Yeah.
Paying up front is apparently another way to show I'm paying.
Gratitude.
And you put the tip in with, you give a...
Put it in your asshole.
And I was told, don't just do like a 20%, do like a 30% tip.
Yeah, oh,
like,
yeah.
give an extra 10, 20 bucks.
If they're gonna give an extra hand, you need to do an extra
you
dollar.
can do an extra even 50.
Percentage,
And if
yeah.
you give an extra 50
You're getting fucked.
on top of like a 20% tip, you are going to get one. So there are tips and techniques apparently, but I don't know them all.
Oh my god.
Because last time I got a massage at a business, not at my house, which is what I do now, but I was at the business and I remember telling you I started to get it hard because he kept touching my balls. He was sliding up
'Cause
and
you do
down
that,
my
like,
thie.
that
Yeah,
catch.
he went into
Yeah,
this
that-
area.
the catch.
And
It's
I
the
was like,
catch.
my balls were touching his
Yep.
hand. So I was like, am I supposed to be hard? And then he kept doing it and he did it way too long. And I was like, so I am supposed to be hard? But I didn't realize how to signal that you're open to that.
Well, if being hard didn't, I'm not really sure what would.
But then I was told you got to come back
Oh.
and request me.
So maybe.
So I felt like he
So
wanted,
maybe it's not the first
I think
time?
'cause- Oh, but that's the other thing. Yes, I got told that as well as a tip. It's not going
You
to
gotta
be
go back.
on your first.
Yeah.
He said, and the way
Undercover
this person
cops.
said, I work with this person, and he said, it's not going to be your first or fourth time.
Is this the same person I talked to on Scruff?
Yes.
Okay.
So he thinks it's going to be like the fifth time or greater.
Okay,
And then
so you gotta put
they
some
finally
commitment.
realize, like, well, you've been hard a couple times, or you keep coming here. You always tip this well. You pay at the beginning. Like, you don't use the sheet. And then they get the hint
a
of
hoe.
it. Now, the other part of this is I found out if you don't want to try all this on a regular person, because that might be that's a big investment.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time you've had 5 massages, you've spent over $1,000 just for a hand job. So
Yeah,
there is a website that I wanted to show you called Massage Finder and Masseur Finder. And well, then the next step I was told is Rent Boy.
Rent Boy, yeah. Because I was going to say Rent
This
Boy
is
does
Masseur. Do you know the difference between a massage
and a masseurist?
a masseuse and a massage therapist?
Is the technique in oils?
No. A massage therapist has a license from the state.
Oh.
A masseur or a masseuse
As an amateur.
is just an amateur, like they just rub people down. So it's not
love how you-
regulated.
Okay, so maybe that's we
So
should start rubbing people
there's
down.
a
for,
website, there's massagefinder.com, which I think they have to say if they're a licensed therapist.
right, because
Because then they probably can't.
I'm sure there's
they're
not a lot of
supposed to-
right, 'cause they're like-
they don't want to risk that license, honey.
Right.
You get paid more if you're a licensed therapist. You can work for Massage Envy. You can do
Right.
spas. You can do all these. Okay, but
Work
then
for a
there's-
corporation and be
this
stuck
is
the rest of your life.
Masseur Finder, and so there's
Oh, my.
people here. So I wanted to do your area and see what we could find.
Oh, nope. It's a no.
Sex worker.
Number one's no.
Number 1 is a sex worker. Number 2 is like, let's see what it said. Oh, I mean, okay, actually,
I don't know. He looks a little grungy.
trailer trash face,
Yep.
but the body's good.
Is that it?
Hi, everyone. I'm Darko, heart of Atlanta.
Wow. Why are we in Atlanta?
Wait. Oh, he's here for this weekend. Sex workers. They go. Look at where they go. Every 2 days, they're in a different place. I mean, they're
So he's on a tour.
They're sex workers. He's a sex worker.
Nope.
So, anyways, but he looks like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little scary. I mean, some of these are a little crackheady methody.
That's the husband of Oren, or the partner of Oren. So you could have a nice.
These
blonde.
guys, these look like all Wilton Manor gays.
Yep. And they are. So
That's how they get there.
So, anyways, basically, I'm glad that I kind of figured this out, but I do feel like it's weird. I do want a way that you can indicate you don't, and under any circumstance, want a hand job, because that's my thing. Is like, even if I
consent,
like you made me get hard, I don't want you to start lifting the sheet up and touching me.
Sure.
Just because I'm hard does not mean I actually want to fuck you or anything, because you're rubbing on touching my balls.
Well, I think that's probably pretty common. I wonder how common that really is. If any of our listeners are masseuses.
This is another reason it's better to be a woman, and one of the reasons. First of all, besides having a fucking fleshlight in your crotch, where you could just
a real life hole that actually works.
Literally at any time, it's like wet and ready to go, and a guy can just put it in, and you're like, next.
You're like, I
mean, you can be like, wow, that was a lot, and then you can go fuck someone else later, and it's like, whatever.
It's kind of hot to be a girl.
I am so jealous. All these straight guys with their big dicks being like,
I want to fuck a
now,
girl.
let's not get too carried away. We've seen the dicks in the world.
yeah, they're not big, but
about 1 out of 10.
Straight, but they're straight.
Yeah, about
and
5 of
that's all
those
you
will be
need.
little shrimpies.
Some crusty just fell off your mic. So, anyways, that's my foray into the world of massage, and that's how I feel.
Very interesting. It's very interesting.
Sundries. What is your sundry?
No, my sundry is going to be a little stupid, but it's kind of about I really am hot already,
Yes!
and it's
Yes!
May. And
We didn't have any.
do you remember when you
70s?
complained
Where
about
did we
being
have a week
cold
of
a little bit ago?
Yep.
And
Little
now
bit ago.
it's
and it's hot as hell
hot
in
as
here.
fuck.
It's hot as hell in here. It took 30 minutes.
It doesn't. There's no transition. It's just literally we're just gonna.
It's climate change.
Yeah, climate change.
Motherfucking climate change.
Also, I moved away from Atlanta because of this, and it's the same.
We got to go to
temperature
Montreal.
here.
I'm not fucking
I'm
kidding.
done. We got to go north.
Kind of
We gotta-
really. I mean,
Well, honestly, I thought about getting.
stripper. We could live in one of those cute walk-ups and just like
Yeah, and just live
every
life.
like Friday. We're like, do you want to go to AWOL at 12 a.m. because that's the only time it's busy, or do you want to just go to the strip club at 8 p.m. and get a bucket? We could be bucket games
Bucket
in
gates, Montreal. Little poutine, a little bucket.
Little,
Oh,
the poutine.
fucking
Actually,
honey.
that fucking
We're a
Thai
heart
place.
attack, cancer waiting to happen. We're just sitting there like, yeah,
We can go to the top of the
Maybe
Mount-
this is our
Mount
retirement
Royal.
plan. Maybe this is our retirement
And
plan.
Trana is nearby. Like that's why we got to go back.
Honestly,
Hashtag Trana Win Tour.
Whoa, girl, fuck.
I'm not actually a fan.
Trana Win Tour.
yeah. So that's like my mini sundry.
Yeah, I like it.
I really want to go deep though for my real
No, like,
one.
why didn't we have anything in the 70s? I want you to say something about how we don't need seduction, stop playing games, and let's all just interact as we interact, and people will mix into the right groups. Like, it's not going to be a problem. Like, we don't have to plan this out.
No, we don't have to plan anything. But
If
I
that
think,
person's not your person, move on.
But I think it's just an interesting concept because I feel like there's some people who are just like I think we and you can walk into a bar.
Yeah, we
we
can.
can end up we seduce people.
We do actually,
But, like,
A
we're
lot,
not meaning
a lot.
to.
But we don't. We're not.
It's
we're
not-
we don't go in there to being like, I want to seduce some people and make friends.
So that's what makes it interesting to think like if we go in tonight and go let's seduce somebody, we probably won't be able to do it.
I don't think we'd be able to do it.
Interesting.
We don't want to think about it. We're natural puas.
We're natural puas.
Yeah, I'm a pua for sure.
I think we're natural puas.
You are also a pua.
I am a pua.
You just went to New York alone and pooed your way into a lot of things.
I did. I mean, it's true.
You met people, follow, we're going to this party, we're going to that party.
I mean,
We need to ask,
God, I cannot. I'm
why don't we? Yeah, you're, what?
my other sundry is that everyone's actually I have a sundry that's
no, I
do.
want to agree, but like,
I know, and that's the other
it's
thing.
bad too, but it's like,
Here's my sundry. I got the sundry because I was talking to my coworker about
she
this.
got a sundry.
I'm tired of editing out things that are funny that I'm afraid that you motherfuckers are going to judge me for. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it because here's the thing.
Me too, actually.
If you notice the people that make it in the world, they're not holding back.
They're not editing.
speaking truths.
They're not editing.
They're literally just being themselves, and they're not afraid to say something that's controversial. I'm not either anymore. This is the deal. If you listen to the show, don't look for a little piece of cakewalk through a conversation. We're gonna say things that are funny. I can't wait to
Cakewalk.
cakewalk. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not actually a fan. I'm not gonna deal with this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm tired of like holding back because I feel like there's things that we say that are so funny, and I'm scared to put it out because I don't want people to judge me.
They're so real.
But really, like,
But it is like, are these listeners like, they don't, how well do they know you? You know,
They
It's like,
don't.
are they going to take this clip out of context? Whereas like,
the way
you
that
might actually,
So for me personally, and this is the comedy thing, and this is why I did like the Tom Brady roast, but I also thought it was a little on hand because it was like a lot of people that were stupid. But like my favorite comedian, I've said this before, are black comedians that make fun of white people and black people at the same time. Where they're like, well, white people, they're like, don't do that, but black people, whatever the joke is.
Okay,
but I'm afraid to say that. I'm afraid to do that myself. And
go ahead.
No, you want to? Okay. Like trans people, they, them,
Yeah.
neurodivergent, like all these words, these buzzwords, abortions, like all these things have got me in trouble, and I'm sort of just tired of it.
Abortions.
Do you remember that?
Literally, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So,
oh my God, that's a 3-year throwback.
That was
Or
actually because I'm not putting up with that shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you love me. I really don't care about anything. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. You can either take it in and take it as it is, or you can move on. I don't give a fuck. Follow us, don't follow us. I don't give a fuck.
614-721-5336.
Make sure you subscribe.
614-721-5336.
Tell us how you feel. Honestly, tell me how you feel.
Tell me how you feel.
Are you are you a trans? Are you neurodivergent? Like, what is your problem?
Are you a seal?
Are you animalistic? I mean, like, what's the deal?
Gottmik was a dog, so
Gottmik was a dog. And that's another conversation.
Okay,
here's an example.
Furries.
No, this is an example right here. Here's the example of what I would never say, but I'm going to leave it. Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
I don't understand somebody who goes from being a female to transition to a male to then be a drag queen female and be called she, her pronouns because she's known as this character, but they were known. It makes zero sense to me. And I'm not cutting this out. I think it's so fucking bizarre.
God.
I don't understand how that works. I just don't.
Yeah.
You're literally saying, I'm a man. That's great. Cool. But then you're going to go, but I'm also going to dress as a woman.
But I'm still going to be woman. Well, not still, a new woman, really. Because, like, your woman.
Why don't you just be a they, them then? Or, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sort of just confused on maybe your pronouns are wrong. And this is why I'm keeping this in. It's true. I think it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Don't explain it to me. Somebody explain it to me. Explain it.
Only Gottmik could.
Gottmik, give us a call. 614-721-5336. Actually, I should try to reach out.
Give us a call. 614-721-5336.
Or if you're a trans person that's in the same kind of boat, Gottmik, if you want to dress as this, that, and the other lassie or whatever the fuck you want to do it.
Lassie.
But like, it's just bizarre to me. It's just a little mind fuck to think that you didn't want to be associated with the sex that you were born as because you weren't supposed to be that. So that's fine. Then you transition to a male. That's fine. But then just to be a female famous person, it just makes no sense.
A word was had.
Anyway, this has been another episode of Not Well. I'm Bobby.
And I'm Jim.
And it's hotter than hell in here.
Hot as hell.
And you were ready to not have the fan going. Remember that? Do you remember? Remember? Do you?
Remember that. I do remember.
Yeah, and if you have something to say it. I want to hear what you've got to say. Say what you got to say. Actually, call us and tell us what you this is what people could fucking do for our hotline. Call us. Don't even introduce yourself. We don't want to know your fucking name. You can disguise your voice. Tell us what the worst thing that's on your mind that you think of that you think everybody would hate you for if they found out you thought that way. That's the tea.
Okay.
That's the drama. Call in. I will hide everyone's voice.
Oh my God.
And also hit *67 and it'll block your number. I don't have to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
I don't really care to know who you are.
But really send us in those little clips.
Yeah, just tell us what really how you really feel.
Tell me what grinds your gears.
Yeah, tell us what grinds your gears, but like really. Like, don't hold back. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
I feel like I got really
That was good. That was good.
I'm
That's
done with
necessary.
it though. It's true.
I know. It's like, why can't we talk about that stuff?
Right. Like